So ever since I created this channel, I've always been quite savage when it comes to people who voted for Donald Trump and is now being impacted by the policies and the laws that it is that he's putting in place. But this video is going to hit a little bit different. In today's video, I'm going to show you a lady who voted for Donald Trump, but her daughter and her sister are reliant upon Medicaid and Medicare. Let's get into it, and as we go through, I'm going to give you my thoughts and then we'll pack it fully towards the end.
One resident who would be impacted by Medicaid cuts is 64-year-old Irma Arredondo, who voted for Trump in 2024. Irma has several chronic health issues, including type 1 diabetes. She's also a full-time caregiver for her daughter, who has cerebral palsy, and her sister, who has Turner syndrome.
Valerie have her medication for her seizures. She needs care everything. And I just give massage to her hands, to her legs. I stay with her until she falls asleep.
Sounds like you take really good care of her.
Oh, and my baby is my dog.
So you, your sister Irene, and your daughter Valerie, you're all on Medicaid. And how important is Medicaid for your family?
Wow, can you imagine? We live on a daily basis with sicknesses. This is for the cholesterol too. This is also for my blood pressure.
So Medicaid pays for all of it?
Yes.
If you didn't have Medicaid, how much would this cost you? How much money?
Oh, thousands maybe.
Thousands.
Thousands.
And that's just for you?
That's for me.
Not for your daughter? Not for your sister?
No. The medicine that my daughter takes for seizures, I won't be able to afford it. So we feel hopeless if those cuts come, you know.
So first and foremost, she already knows and she's addressed the fact that if she was to buy this stuff herself, it's going to cost thousands upon thousands of dollars just for hers alone, not talking about the medication for her daughter or for her sister, just for her alone. Okay, so we've got that. Let's keep going.
What we're going to do.
Irma was a farm worker for more than a decade. She believes that some of her and her children's health issues can be linked to the pesticides she was exposed to while working in the fields.
When I was pregnant with my child, I was working in the field. I remember it was this little airplane and sprayed us. But when my baby born, the doctor just said, "Uh-oh, something's missing." And when he gave me my baby doesn't have her arm.
So with these risks that you and your community face in agriculture, and then to have the system threaten to take away your health insurance, to take away protection, how does it make you feel?
Like I told you, I feel like they stabbing us in the back.
No, they're not stabbing you in the back. Everybody was told this information, and unfortunately, if you wasn't paying attention, this is down to you to not do your research. I live in the UK, all the way across the pond, and so many people told you about this. You're not being stabbed in the back. You're getting what you asked for.
You know, but why? Why when we put food on their tables? You know that we risk our health. Look at me right now. Look at me, how many sicknesses that I have. The COPD, I didn't have COPD at that time. We got all in the fields. Where else?
We're seeking permanent income tax cuts all across the board.
The $880 billion in Medicaid cuts proposed in President Trump's budget will help pay to permanently extend his 2017 tax cuts.
The largest tax breaks would go to the wealthiest individuals. Are those your values?
No, that's not right.
So you know that's not right, but you still voted for Donald Trump and you were told this. Nobody can ever try and use the excuse that they weren't told this, because there's people on this platform, which is YouTube, people on TV, in the news, on the entire of the election cycle. Kamala Harris told you this. Democrats told you this. Even people that are independents that didn't vote for Donald Trump, they told you this. Everybody knew this. Guys, I'm sorry. And I know you guys are probably thinking, like, What does he keep speaking? But I'm really, really frustrated by these stories that keep coming out.
¿Por qué van a hacer tanto recorte? Sí, tanto recorte. ¿En dónde lo van a poner ese dinero? ¿Dónde?
In the last election, who did you vote for?
I feel embarrassed to tell you that before all the years back, since I got my citizenship, I said I was a Democrat, but then in these last elections I voted as a Republican. Why? Because I'm against abortion.
Guys, listen to what she just said. For years and years and years and years and years, she's been a Democrat. But in the last election, she voted Republican because she's against abortion. I've spoken too many times on this channel about middle class, poor people from a working background voting against their own interests, not just in the States. Right here in the UK, the same thing happens. She was so against abortion that she's now about to put herself, her sister, and her daughter, her family in a position where they can't get the medication that it is that they need. But guess what? Now, because of the fact that Donald Trump's in power, because your vote contributed towards it, you're probably happy now because other people that have nothing to do with you or your body can now no longer get an abortion. That is what it is that you voted for. And you expect people like me, other Americans that are out there, to have sympathy for you. Let's keep going.
Para mí la palabra conservador es tener valores. I grew up with values, con las enseñanzas de mis padres.
Family values.
Family values.
Irma isn't the only one in District 22 who feels betrayed by the administration's plan to gut Medicaid.
The only people they're hurting are the poor people that really need the stuff. Elon Musk doesn't need it, Trump doesn't need it, and billionaires don't need it.
They're making out big time with this, but they're hurting people in the process.
District 22's representative is David Valadeo, a Republican who voted in favor of the budget resolution to cut Medicaid, after initially voicing concerns about how potential cuts to social programs could affect his constituents. If just 2 Republicans vote no on the final legislation, they could stop Medicaid from being cut.
The folks in this district have voted for him because he, in the past, has been able to stand up against his party. But now he's really stuck between a rock and a hard place because it seems as if the Trump administration is going to really ask for loyalty from him and for him to play ball on every single issue, not just the issues that play well in this district. And so that might mean that they expect him to vote for things that are going to hurt his constituents directly.
If we could go back to November, who would you vote for now, seeing what you see?
For either one.
You just wouldn't have voted.
None either.
I mean, guys, look, I'm sorry. Personally, I'm so frustrated watching this, and especially that last line that we just heard her say. If she had the opportunity to go back, who would she vote for? And she said not either one. She wouldn't vote for Kamala Harris, who would have been there to fight for her Medicaid and Medicare. Would have been willing to fight for it. And she also wouldn't have voted for Donald Trump, the gentleman who said people like her, who are not from the United States, he wants out of the country. And he also wants to take the money that helps people like her and her family, take that away from her so we could redirect it towards tax cuts for the wealthiest of individuals. Unfortunately, this is the reality of where things are at. These people just not thinking, not using their head, and not voting for their own best interests. She's so against other people that have absolutely nothing to do with her having an abortion that she's willing to put her family members' lives at stake. this is what's happening. This is where it is that we're at. This is the world today. And this is literally how it is that the far right have been able to infect people's minds. That we've got an individual like this, a lady like this, who needs what it is that the Democrats and people on the left can fight for her. But she's not willing to do that because of the fact that there's one thing that they believe, that people should have the right to do whatever it is that they want to do with their own body. That one sticking point is preventing her allowing her family to be able to have the best life possible in terms of being able to have the medicine and whatnot. And that is all it is that she can focus on. Unfortunately, zero sympathy, man. Can't have sympathy because this is what she voted for. And she knows it. This is exactly what it is that she voted for. Unfortunate circumstances, but the reality is, it is what it is, and we are where it is that we are at. I'd love for More Perfect Union to do a follow-up on this. I'll link the full video in the description below the video, as per usual. But guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. This is a sad state of affairs, in my opinion, but this is something that is becoming all too common, where it comes with a lot of these Donald Trump supporters, especially if you're not wealthy, especially if you're not rich. This is what's happening, and this is what's starting to take place, and more. And this is what's crazy, guys. Look, we're only, a couple of weeks into this administration? We're only a couple of weeks, but look how many examples we've seen of people that have voted against their own interests and are now paying the price. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section below this video. And while you're down there, if you're interested in an outsider's opinion on American politics from a guy that lives over the pond in the UK, while you're down there, hit the subscribe button and also give the video a thumbs up just to let YouTube know that you appreciate this video. And as per usual, I'll see you guys in the next one.